Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. January 1st, 2020, New Year's Day, and I'm down here in the shop doing some cleaning up and putting some stuff away. And decided I'm going to knock out a flea market finds episode. This is some stuff I picked up about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago down in, I think it was Rhode Island. Anyways, this was a Facebook marketplace post, I think. It's, just said a lot of machinist tools, pile. Looked at the picture, saw a couple things there might be okay, saw some stuff I had no interest in, but figured it wasn't too far away. I gave the guy a call, we ended up talking. He said, yeah, he had a few other things too. These were items he was selling that were given to him from another machinist when he was retiring, and he was just kind of helping this guy get rid of this stuff. But he had mentioned that he had some stuff himself that he might drag out if I wanted to come down. So I ended up taking a ride down there. And well, we had agreed ahead of time that the items I was interested in, that I would pay him $120 for all those items that were in this lot. Well, let's take a look at what I got, and you're going to see how I ended up getting the $120 anyways, but it didn't work out the way that either one of us thought it was going to work out. Let's start by looking at the picture he actually posted online. So what I see there is I see a DTI indicator in the lower left-hand corner. That could be who knows what. I see a dial caliper set in a wooden case, which would hopefully be brown and sharp, and a digital dial caliper in a wooden case, which also hopefully would be brown and sharp. And when I contacted him, he assured me that those were both brown and sharp. So, that looked promising. And then over here in the left-hand corner, he told me this was a Starrett depth micrometer set. So it looks like it's in the tray, but it doesn't look like it's in the box. So I decided to take a ride. All right, guys, so this pile right here is everything that was in that photograph I just showed you, with the exception of one large black micrometer. And there's this small pile right here of stuff that actually materialized out of nowhere and weren't visible in the picture, but when I got there, they were in the pile. So this was the pile I was supposed to pay $120 for, except when I got there, first problem, brown and sharp case, right? All right, well, okay, so this is in fact brown and sharp. So the problem with this is that this is a early Digital brown and sharp digital caliper. It's bad enough that it's early or old. The other problem is that it doesn't turn on, which he said it probably just needs a battery. All right, well, probably just needs a battery is not good enough, especially when you're dealing with really old electronics. I might be wrong on this, but I think these are really old. I'm going to have to look them up online. They are brown and sharp, so there's a very good possibility that these were made by Tessa. And if they are made by Tessa, they were probably actually pretty decent quality, or downright good quality. I don't know. There are some things that, there are certain things that you find out that later on it's like, oh no, it turns out that those weren't really good at all. Maybe we'll try a battery, see if I get a battery in here. So these were calibrated back in 1996. So yeah, these are old. So that's unfortunate that these were older than I expected them to be. Couldn't really see in that picture really well how old in fact they were. So was disappointment number one. That wouldn't be so bad, except here's the caliper, the other set of calipers, the dial calipers. Brown and sharp, right? Oh, but wait. What do we have here? Mitutoyos. Now the good news is they're a nice set of Mitutoyos. I already checked them out. They repeat to 0 every time. They could use a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of dirt in there, but they actually work perfect, and they repeat every single time that I've tried them. And the jaws look like they're in excellent shape. I thought it was interesting. Check out the case. Somebody modified the case. Looked like they used a spot face or an end mill, and actually modified the case for these. So these have been living in this box for a while. The good news is that I have, from one of the other lots that I just got, I had this box, and I forgot what was even in this box when I bought it, but oh, I remember what was in this box when I bought it. I think, yeah. So this is just complete fate. I bought this out in Springfield with a lot of stuff, and this has a Brown and Sharp set of calipers that's missing the crystal, but work. So I had them in this case. This is a cheap case from like a Pittsburgh Tools digital caliper. They even had a new battery still in here. But now I have a safe thing to ship and store these Mitutoyos because I don't have an empty Mitutoyo case. What that does, that frees up this Brown and Sharp case, which now becomes the new home for these genuine Brown and Sharp dial calipers. So all these need now is a new crystal, and these will be a sweet pair of calipers. This beat the heck looking old thing actually still has a calibration sticker on it from when it was calibrated back in '96, just like that other stuff. This is actually a 3 to 4 inch micrometer. It's an early Brown and Sharp. So, you know, somebody will probably still give me $10 for that. And here we have, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Are you going to tell me you got another Brown and Sharp box with something else in it? Yeah, this is something else. I don't know what. All right. So I can't tell who made this. It's got kind of a Mitutoyo look to it, but there's no Mitutoyo symbol or anything on it. Actually, this might, now that I see it, I think maybe there is just the ghost outline of Mitutoyo on this. Yeah, I can just make out the symbol, the old Mitutoyo symbol, and the word Mitutoyo here. This is a Mitutoyo micrometer. The lock works. It's a tenths, 0.0001 resolution micrometer. Ratchet thimble, carbide faces. This is a nice little micrometer. It's in the wrong box. Try and turn that into some money. And here, this one is actually a Brown and Sharp micrometer. And this is also a tenths reading micrometer. This is it says Brown and Sharp Swiss made, so this is probably a Tessa. The friction thimble works, the lock works. It's got good carbide faces, and it's a 0 to 1 mic. That's a nice little micrometer right there, even though it's got engraving on it. Still in good shape, and at least this one, we could probably reasonably suggest that it's in the correct box. At least it's in the correct manufacturer. And then some Woodruff keys in here, just randomly in here with some, I don't know, it might even be pieces of key stock. I don't know why. This indicator, Federal drop indicator, seems okay. 0.001, dirty face. Oh, another one of these backs on it. Then there was this one. I couldn't see what it was in the picture, okay, really well. This is exactly what it looked like in the photo. And then get it in real life, and lo and behold, what do we have? We have another Brown and Sharp made in the USA. So this is not a Swiss-made Brown and Sharp, but what's nice about this one is also a carbide-faced, a tenths micrometer, 0.001. I'm sorry, 0.0001. The friction thimble works correctly, lock works correctly. Yep, another nice micrometer, calibrated back in '96, due in '97. And what we have in the box, if we weed through, what do we have in here? Well, let's start with the box itself. If we look at the end of the box suggests that this is a 599-2-44 micrometer 2-inch by Brown and Sharp, which is exactly what I believe this is. That would be correct. I don't know what we've got here. May never know. All right, packing memo for Starrett. 2 packing memos for Starrett. Inspection stickers. Okay, that's obviously not for this. We've got a Starrett micrometer wrench in the envelope. Obviously not for this. Here's a loose wrench. That might fit that. Old unused Band-Aids. Little screwdriver. Oh, there's another micrometer wrench envelope. I wonder if that's what that... Bet you this belongs to this. Somebody doing a little bit of trigonometry on here. Right triangle trigonometry. Machinist's friend. Couple of random Allen wrenches. Brown and Sharp convertible thimble micrometers. Instruction booklet. English reading micrometers. Black enamel frame. So this all goes together with this. That's a nice little find. Oh, I wonder if this micrometer wrench goes to that. A little bit different shaped one. Oh yeah, that looks like that's a perfect fit for this micrometer. All right, next disappointment was the so-called Starrett depth micrometer. Yes, it is a stare depth micrometer. But the problem we have with this little stare depth micrometer, my friends, is that there is one rod in it and one rod in this tray. And this tray isn't even for a depth micrometer. This tray is for a, looks like one of those sets that had a dial caliper or digital caliper and a micrometer in one. So who knows? Oh, look at this. This is interesting. Here's a fishtail with a little clip on it so you can clip this on your shirt pocket or your pocket protector. I've never seen that before. Is that something somebody made? And that's an early brown and sharp fishtail. Little tiny stones for grinding. Couple of wrenches that I don't identify with at all. Actually, just spotted a couple other little goodies in here. It's got a threaded hole on the back. That's actually a key wind for an old small clock by the looks of it. This right over here is a nice little find right in the corner. See what we got there? That's a little tiny thumb wheel set screw, probably off of an indicator. So sometimes you get an indicator like that, right? And you get this locking screw on the side here for the bezel, and sometimes they're missing. So then, in addition to the items I knew about, oh, by the way, I was moving some stuff around. I had put this down somewhere and forgot about it. But anyways, this is the big micrometer that I thought I left there. It's a 5 to 6 inch. A lot of wear on it. You can see, you know, it's been around the block. Oddly enough, again, it was calibrated back in '96. The reality is, even though it's, you know, been rode hard and put up wet, so to speak, this is actually another early brown and sharp. The lock is, oh, man, it just barely turns. It only rotates a few degrees, so there's something wrong with the lock on it. What the heck that's going to be worth. So let's look at the other couple extras that just materialized out of nowhere. I honestly don't remember whether or not this was with this lot or if this was something I added to the lot that we're going to look at next, which is what got me up to 120 bucks, because, you know, it didn't take long for us to discuss it and realize that, hey, you know, I was saying I was going to pay the 120, but you were also telling me that this was all brown and sharp stuff, whatnot. So this is a Starrett 178A radius gauge. This is a Micronta, which is the brand name sold through the Radio Shack stores of electronics. It's a pocket microscope. The idea, this is a 30 power. It looks like the battery door is broken, so there's tape on here holding it together. Yeah, actually I see corrosion on there. So that's pretty much probably going to be junk. But when this wasn't all broken, it was a pocket microscope, 30 power, with a built-in flashlight. Good for looking at, you know, a cutting edge or something like that. Would have been handy. A sharpening stone, well used. Good sized one though. This is a Hard Select Arkansas stone. But this is what I was glad to see there, because it just materialized out of nowhere. And it's a brown and sharp number 595 small hole gauge set, 0.125 to 500 thousandths. That's a nice little set there. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to keep this set and sell my Starrett set. I don't think my Starrett set is in as good a condition. I actually have two styles of these gauges. This is the style that has the flat bottom to go all the way down to the bottom of a blind hole, and then the other type is where it's more of almost a full ball. And I have, I think, both sets, but I think one of the two sets I have in Starrett is just loose. I don't have the actual pouch for it, so I think I'm going to keep this for myself. Anyways, so let's just do a quick recap here and see whether or not, or talk about why it wasn't $120 worth of stuff here. So this is, two scales in here. So general, that is well worn, hard to see. Looks like it must have been cleaned. Somebody cleaned the bejesus out of it. And this one is this is a Starrett, not in the greatest of shape. So this with the fishtail is what, you know, that's worth so little, let's not even consider that to have any value. Huh. Mr. Big micrometer that's been rode hard and put up wet and has a bad lock on it. Pfft, $5. Starrett depth micrometer with one rod, which makes it basically a 0 to 2 inch. It is Starrett, but still, I don't know, another 5. It's worth to $10. Oh, forgot to show this. This is the indicator. In the picture, this blue pouch was in there to keep it from rattling around, because when I got there and pulled the pouch out, looked at the indicator and took this out, I realized, son of a gun, do you know what this is? Yeah, it's genuine Brown & Sharp. This is a Brown & Sharp box for a Brown & Sharp sign bar. I'm almost positive. Look at the cutout, the shape of it. So, unfortunately, I don't have a sign bar from Brown & Sharp. Otherwise, I would put it in here and keep it. So, reality is, what I got is I got another best test indicator with no box. The good news is this is a tenths indicator. It's a .0001 best test, and it's a 7032 model number. And the other good news about this is it works perfect. All right, and the dovetails are really nice on it. They're not all chewed up. This is actually in pretty good shape. So we'll call that $20. That gets us up to what, 30? We got a dovetail clamp and a bar. Stone, not really much value there. Like I said, I'm not sure if this goes with this, so we'll keep that out. I'd gladly give $10 for this every day of the week. That's 40. This micrometer, this nice Brown & Sharp here, 50. Dirty Federal, $5, 55. This nice Brown & Sharp right here, another 10, 65. This Mitutoyo in a Brown & Sharp box, $5, 70. These Mitutoyo calipers, which didn't have a correct case, $20. It's like $90. This old Brown & Sharp that looks like hell. And then this box, of course that wasn't in here, I just put that in there. Just this box, $5, 95. What am I missing here? Oh yeah. And the mystery, don't know if it works yet. I guess we should find that out right now.